My name is Carl Nordin, and I'm Digital Growth Manager here at Viskan. And today we're going to talk about packages or bundles, or we call it flexible packages, and I'm going to explain what we mean by that. We're going to start off by showing you what we're going to set up, and then we're going to talk about the benefits of using such offers. I'm going to give you some few examples of usage, of course, and then we're going to look, of course, on how to set it up. So we're going to start in the back office and then move on to the CMS, of course. And then we'll end with some questions if you have any. So feel free to post them during the webinar, and we can talk about that at the end. So let's dive into it. So this is what we're going to set up today, but I want you to think about what type of products you have and what type of business you have. So it can be anything. It can be skis, it can be bikes, it can be clothes, it can be cosmetics, jewelry, tools, whatever it might be. So don't take this example that we have here as the only way to set this up. But we have created for this webinar something from our demo page, which is themed around coffee. So we have created the Brewmaster's Essential Kit. So it's basically a start kit for testing this fictive brand of coffee. So with that in mind, let's move on to the benefits. And we're going to start about the benefits for the sellers. So first off, of course, the increased upselling. And packages naturally lend themselves to upselling by showing customers the value of purchasing additional complementary products than to seek out the items separately. And then you can create value propositions. Packages can offer customers better value for their money, which can be a strong selling point, of course. Then we have the enhanced shopping experience. Like bundling products that are used together improves the shopping experience by simplifying the decision-making process. So that's also a benefit. And then we also have the increased credibility by using packages, communicates expertise, customer understanding, value, and quality, all which are crucial for establishing trust and loyalty with your customers. And additionally, of course, there is also differentiation from competitors. Packages can help you differentiate your offerings from your competitors by creating unique combinations of your products. But you can also have your inventory management efficiency by packaging slow-moving products with popular items, so you can clear out your inventory faster. Then if you move over to the benefits for the buyers, which is equally important, of course, from their perspective, you can create a curated experience. Many packages are curated by expert or based on popular combinations, which mean the buyers receive products that are known to work well together, which can be a significant benefit. And of course, the most obvious one, you have your cost savings. Typically, bundles are priced lower than the total cost of purchasing each item individually, of course, and that offers savings. And of course, discovery of new products. Through packaging offerings, customers might discover new products that they were previously unaware of or might have not considered purchasing individually. And then we also have the eco-friendly option. Purchasing bundled products can be more eco-friendly. It's like reduced packaging and combined shipping mean lower environmental footprint. And for customers cautious about their environmental impact, this can be a significant benefit. So moving on to examples of usage then. We have a few examples here, like product launches is a good way of using packages. And then we also have seasonal promotions, like back to school or holiday gift. It can also be a first-time buyer incentives by packaging products together. And of course, customizable products. And that's where the word flexible comes into play when it talks about Viskan's way of packaging products. So customizable products mean create your own product. It's not a conditional setup, and I will talk a bit about that later. But customizing is about giving the user control to choose, almost like tailoring it to your specific needs. And I can give you an example of that. We have one of our customers who actually uses this functionality already, Poseidon. They have a rebreather here, which they have set up in this way. And they also have a way of looking at this product by using a 360-degree image here. But basically, this is what the setup looks like for them, where they have grouped the individual parts of this package, and then you can tailor it to your specific needs. And you also have the possibility to choose between colors and sizes. And each of these choices have a description, so you know what you are actually choosing. So this is just a great way of showing how this setup can work, and a good example. So go into Poseidon's site and look at this rebreather for a great example. So let's look at the flexible package offer. And there are a few things to think about before setting up the actual contents of your package. So first off, you need to have a virtual product. And this might be something that is created somewhere else and is imported to us, or you create the virtual product in Viskan. It doesn't really matter, but the virtual product must be, a virtual product. And it also must be of type flexible package. And I will show you what this looks like in the back office in a moment. So you basically need to set this virtual product up as you set up any other product. It has to have its own product media. You need to categorize it where you want it to end up on your web page. It is priced individually in this case, and it's not the price of the sum of its individual parts. And I will talk about the pricing later. But if any one of you that are viewing today were looking at my previous webinar about mix and match offerings, this is not the same type of pricing. So you actually price this virtual product in every which way you would like to price it. And of course, on site, it is visualized just like a normal product. So you need all those parameters to be in place before you actually build your package. So let's look at the setup in the back office. We are going to first look at the virtual product and just iterate what I just talked about on the virtual product. Then we're going to move over to the mix and match view and actually add the content to this package. Then we need to group the items, and I will show you what that means, and also the naming of these groups. And then we're going to talk about the prices of each individual part that is part of each group. And then we're going to move over to the CMS. So let's go into app.viskan.com and go over to our products view to take a look at the virtual product. So we can find our Brewmaster's Essential Kit here. And let's have a look at the first view here. So under product settings for the virtual product, you have the flag that it is virtual, and we have also the type here that says flexible packages. So those two needs to be set for this virtual product. Then, of course, we have the pricing. In this case, I have a lower price for the contents of my package, other than what they would cost if you would have to purchase them individually. So it's going to be a lower price. You're going to see that on the website later. So the ordinary price is 457, and I have lowered it to 399 here. And of course, I have assigned this virtual product to a few categories. It has a description, and I've also added the media, of course. So that's basically what you need to do on your virtual product. So then let's move over to our mix and match view and actually build the package. So we're going to search for the same product here in this view, and I'm going to double click on my virtual product here on my Brewmaster's Essential Kit. And we can reaffirm here again that this is a flexible package. So then we have this part here that's called contents. And that's actually where we add our contents of our package. So let's press the plus icon here to actually add the products. And then again, I'm going to search for my products, and I have a list here so I know what I am supposed to add. So let's add a few products here. And bear with me with this. We need number 206 and 204 and 207. Then we have 201 and 202. Basically, adding every contents of this package by selecting those products. So here you can see the contents of my package. Now I need to move on to the next step, and that is grouping these products into different groups. In this case, I want the user to be able to choose between one type of coffee, one type of capsule, one mug, and one paper cup. That means I need to group these items. And when you hover these products, you will get the group number when you hover. So the first one, I don't have to do anything because I need to keep group number 1. Let's move over to the next product here. I want that to be assigned to group number 1 as well. And I do the same for all 4 coffees here. Moving over to the capsules, I want them to be part of group number 2. So I just assign these capsules to group number 2. The cup or the mug is going to be group number 3. And then the last product is going to be group number 4. And then I save to prepare for the front-end part or the site where we're going to do our adjustments. Now, these groups can also be named, and that's something that's going to end up in on your site as well. And I think we should do that here as well. So let's move over to the first product again, and we can then see when you hover the product that we have a little globe here. This is where we actually add the group names. And I only have one language here, so that I'm going to use. I'm going to put in my English group name here for the Swedish translation. So I have to copy and paste my group header here. So the first group I want to be named like this, and then I press save. Then I don't have to think about every other coffee here. I can move directly over to group number 2. And I press the globe again, and I put in my translation for this group. So group number 2 is going to be called Choose Capsule. And then I move over to group number 3, which is the mug. And I get my translation for that. It's going to be called Choose Animal Mug. And then number 4. The same thing. Put in your translation. So there we have it. We have created our package in the back office by first, of course, creating a virtual product. That one we already had prepared. And then we have added the contents to our package in 4 different groups. So let's move over to the CMS to see how we can complete this on your site. So I'm standing on this product here. Let me refresh so I haven't lost any logins and stuff like that. Yes, so we are standing on the product detail page for this package. And as I mentioned in my previous webinar, when you are working with different product types, you might want to consider showing or hiding things that you don't want to be visible on other product types, like a normal product. For example, the package doesn't have things that you might want to use on a normal product page. So let's go over to the overview and see what we have here on the left side. So first off, we have a normal container and we have a container for virtual products. And that's where we want to put this container where we have the package component in the CMS. So I'm going to move down here and we can see that for the virtual product container, we have the lookbook and the mix and match from the previous webinar, and now we want to add the contents of our package as well. So I select the parent of all these components and I press the plus sign. Now here I have my container prepared with all the components, and I will go through them individually for you. So let's just add that container to the page. And we can see that in that container, we have a package component. We have a price container with the text and the price. And we also have the buy button. And I want to move this container down to the bottom of this content. So it is neatly placed under the other containers here for the other product types. And as you can see that my products are now neatly grouped. We have the coffee in group 1. We have the capsule in group 2. We have the mug in group 3. And you can see that we have several colors to choose from. And this is also true for the paper cup. And this, what we mean by flexible packaging, is that we give the users the choice to choose whatever individual part of this group they want to buy. We also have the pricing here, of course. Some of these products in group 1 are more expensive than the others. And that means when you add products to the same group with different pricing, the system is going to look at the cheapest one. And that's going to be the base product. And all other products that are more expensive are going to show here with a plus of that sum of that you have. So in this case, we have 3 coffees that are more expensive than the first one. There's also a few other things that you need to prepare. Looking at the prices down here. So first of all, if you remember when I showed you the virtual product, I had priced it lower. And then that's how this is visualized. We have a lower price than it usually has. But you also need to make sure that when you click on a product up here that is more expensive, that is also reflected in the price. So looking at this price component, and we see in the options here that you need to pick this option here called Include Active Add-ons Price. If I don't do this, then you won't see this price go up when you choose a more expensive product within each group. So that is also needs to be ticked. Right, so now I have the option to choose whatever I like here, and I can choose something more expensive. Let's click on the most expensive coffee package here, and let's choose the Bologna and the milk cup, and the coffee bean cup here can be selected. We can see that we have a higher price, and let's add that to the cart. The last thing that we need to complete here on the web page is indicating what you have actually chosen in your package. And that's the last thing that we need to choose. And we need to add something in the shop cart here. So let's look at the overview again. We are now in the header. The shop cart is placed in the header. So we can just click on this slide out where we have our shop cart, and we can see that we have a few items here displaying the product's name, the product's price, and attributes and stuff like that. So I select again the parent, and then I add my rows field here. Let me just place it where I want it by using the arrow. And now we can, if we look at this component and look at the settings for this component. So it's called rows field. You add it to your shop cart, and you set it to show the field add-ons. And then you can basically, if you want to show the individual prices of each add-on, you can do that, but I have set that to off here. But I want to show the first attribute, which is the color, and I want to show the second attribute, which is the size. So now you can see that in my shop cart here, I have my individual parts of my package showing in my shop cart. So let's save that, and let's go to the checkout page where I think most of you also have a shop cart. And you can see that that component is here as well. So we can select that by changing the section, and you click on, oh, sorry, you have to go through the overview because it's linked here. There we have it. So I basically have added this rows field component in the checkout shop cart as well. And I set it to show the add-ons. So these are the steps you need to do. Going back to the product detail page, I remember I forgot something, and that is why you see some things on this product detail page and why you see things on a normal product page. And that's again what I showed you earlier, where we have two containers, one for normal products and one for virtual ones. But we also had a few other things here. For example, we have the mix and match content, we have the lookbook content. Why don't we see that? So if we look at the container for the package and we look at the settings of that component, we have this visibility tab here. And that one is set to only be visible when we are standing on a flexible package product, meaning that this content would disappear if I were to go to the mix and match product or if I would go to the normal product. So this is a visibility condition you need to set if you want to display things specifically for the flexible packages. So this is also true for the other types. If I were to click on the container for the mix and match offer and we go to the visibility tag, you can see that this is set for only showing when we are standing on a product configured for mix and match. And if we move all the way up to the normal product, we can see that this is true as well. And this is the best way you can work with different contents for different product types. Yeah, so that's what we've been doing here. I moved along a bit faster, but what we did in the CMS we were adding the package components to the product detail page. I can iterate that once again, that component is actually called packaged, and you will find it in our components library. If you search for package, you can find it there. The settings this component has is basically showing these prices for products in each group that are more expensive. You can turn that off if you'd like. And we can also exclude out-of-stock items. Other than that, we can set a description property. That's the one that Poseidon had. If you select any individual parts of each group, you can also have a property for that product display. For example, if I would like to explain the different tastes of these coffees, I could have a property do that for me. So that are these options that you have available here. So you can actually add more information on each of these individual parts for each group by using product properties. And if you want, of course, help setting this up, please contact your customer manager, and we will gladly help you set it up for your specific needs, of course. Other than that, I think we could move over to questions.
All right. Thank you. As I said at the start, feel free to ask any questions you might have in the chat here. I thought about one thing, Carl. We touched upon out of stock. You mentioned out of stock at least.
Yeah.
But how does that work if, for example, a green cup is out of stock?
Yeah. So the option you had was to disabling it when it's out of stock. So you still show it, but you can't choose it. But the normal way it works is that if any of these individual parts are out of stock, it will automatically be removed from the package. So I won't have the option to choose whatever is out of stock. So basically, less products within each group. However, if all the products within a single group is all out of stock, then the package can't function anymore and it won't come out on your website.
So it won't be. So then it won't be visible in the like category tree or the product view at all. Then
no.
And the product listing
here and actually show you how that looks when it's a part of a category listing here. Here's my package. Yeah.
So then if, for example, all the whole beans are out of stock, then that wouldn't show up then?
No.
Okay, cool. I think I haven't received any questions in the chat at all. So either people are terrified about this and thinks it was super complicated and don't know what to ask questions about, or you did a terrific job.
Let's go for the latter.
It's one way or the other. So if you guys don't have any other questions, and if you haven't anything else to add, Carl, that you want to show, I would say that we say thank you for today. This was very quick. And we will post this on the support site as soon as possible, and also send you guys a link so you can watch this again at your leisure.
You can use it as a reference when setting it up if you want to try it yourself. But we will gladly help you, of course.
Okay. So yeah, I'm not getting any questions. So let's just say thank you for today, and I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, thanks. Bye.